Good morning. This is Wendy Gaylor with the Chamber of Commerce in Bedford Chamber Vibes podcast. And we are so excited this month to be featuring innovative business ideas and the Gauntlet winners on our podcast. And we are so thrilled to actually feature our guest speaker today is the winner of the Gauntlet program today, Candace Monahan, owner of Beaver Dam Farms Sunflowers located in Buchanan, Virginia. And also we have with us Shannon Dominguez. Awesome. I'm so thrilled you could come, Director of Business Development for the Gauntlet Advancement Foundation. What a great job. What a fabulous year we had. And you brought it, girl. Oh my gosh. These stars and Candace, so well-deserved winner. First place. We're so overjoyed to feature you and your business and to highlight the Gauntlet winners with over 104 businesses that started the program this year and 55 local that competed with the business plan. And oh my goodness, it was just so thrilling. I can't even tell you. I'm so excited just even sitting here to talk to you today. But welcome both of you, Shannon. And we are excited for both of you to be here and talk about the program and talk about the business plan and everything that you learned. And just, we really want to get to know Candace too. So thank you both for coming in. Welcome.
Thank you.
So at first place winner, okay, I just have to know, were you so excited and did you know? I mean, was it a total surprise?
It was a total surprise. They're very sneaky in ways that they send out these hints. Okay, so we received one email, and the way that I took it was, if you would not be asked to speak on the spot, that we would ask you ahead of time. So I'm thinking They're going to ask the winner ahead of time to speak. They're not going to ask you on the stage. And so a group of girls and I that were going through the Gauntlet together, we sent each other a message. Did you get asked to speak? No. Did you? No. Okay, well, none of us are first place. And then the second email that I read into was, we've got interviews scheduled tomorrow with the winners. And, so you'll have an interview lined up. And I took it as, they've scheduled the interviews. I didn't get an interview. Did y'all? No. Okay, well, it's not us, So they get to third place and they say, we're now in the top 3. And Whitney was sitting beside me with a Genicare, and she grabbed my hand, and I'm like, it's got to be me. I'm third place. I didn't get an interview. I didn't get asked to speak. Like, I'm third place. And they went past third, and then they got to second and first. And
there you were.
I was sitting there in shock.
And I love that because I had no idea. For me, I was trying to tell you all of you, hold your spots, hold your calendars for whoever might be first. So to hear that you guys took it that way, I think it made it really interesting and definitely a surprise factor.
Definitely.
I loved it. Sitting there and just waiting, thinking, who is it going to be? I'm on the other side and I'm just waiting. And oh my gosh, I was so excited. Of course, I would have been excited for all of them. But seriously, I love your festival and I love what you do. So it was extra special. And, Bedford County, oh my gosh, couldn't have been better. So awesome for that. And, first place. So let's get to know you a little bit. So you were born in Virginia, raised in the area on the dairy farm, right?
Yes.
And, you went to school at Virginia Western and graduated there. What inspired you, though, as you came through this, and what inspired you with your art? And I have to say, is sunflowers your favorite flower?
I feel like I should say yes. I do like sunflowers. I love daffodils too, though, because they're like the first flower in the spring, and spring's on the way and they pop up. But I did graduate from Virginia Western with a degree in communication design, and I had always been into art growing up, and I'd always have like a notepad with me, and I'd doodle on, whatever. And my uncle actually gave me the nickname of Doodlebug because I was always drawing. And when I went to go to college, the counselor said, you can go to college and you can enter in the art field and make money, or you cannot make money. And they pushed me to graphic design because they were like, artists don't make money. And I beg to differ at this point, but it's paid off in many ways. But that's how I kind of took my degree or my art, into a way that I could make money there. And I worked for an advertising agency in the beginning. And then when we had our first daughter, I started freelancing, and she's 14 now. So I still have clients that I freelance for on top of the Sunflower Festival.
Oh my goodness. So you are busy. Gracious. So the farm started as a dairy farm in the 1900s and then turned into a cattle farm later. Tell us how it transitioned and how it became what it is today.
So, and we actually purchased our land in 1900, and we canned tomatoes from 1900 to 1927. And then from 1927 to 2019, we were a dairy. And then we sold out of the dairy and started running beef cattle. And then we have a small straw and hay operation also. And then as far as transitioning
to the sunflowers,
right. So in 2015, we had a field that didn't have a crop in it. And my dad said, we're going to plant sunflowers. And I was like, why? And he said, I just like them. We're going to plant them and see, we didn't know if they would grow well in the area. I mean, a lot of people don't grow sunflowers around here. They're more out west. So he planted 30 acres and they bloomed. And we had a few members of the community stop by and want to take pictures, or somebody wanted to take some to their girlfriend, pick some. We're like, sure, okay, that's fine. And so we let them do that. And then we were like, well, now what do we do? We've got 30 acres of flowers. What do we do with them? So we kind of started researching. Right. And so we found out that we could harvest the seed and bag it for birdseed. So we did that, and we found, I reached out to Northwest Hardware, and they were selling our seed for us. And we sold out of the seed. And we were like, well, that went well, So next year rolled around, and he planted again, and at that point the dairy was still in operation, and I was the bookkeeper for the dairy, and we were having a meeting, he and myself and my aunt, and it was 2 weeks before the flowers were supposed to bloom, and I said, I know this sounds crazy, but I think we could charge people to see these flowers. And he was like, are you kidding me? He wasn't thrilled about having people on his property, and farmers don't really like to talk to people. They like to tend to their animals and make their crops and be left alone. But I was kind of like, but we can still do it right. And he was like, I guess, So went straight to Facebook and advertised, because that was the quickest way to get things out, the word out about the event. And we asked one high school to come sell hot dogs and water so people would have something to eat if they were hungry. We asked another local farm if we could borrow their train to pull the kids around the field. And that was all we had.
And was that in 2016?
16.
Okay.
Yes. So I set a goal at 300 people, and I hoped that, we could at least have 300 people out. And my brother was in his younger 20s at the time, and he wasn't thrilled either, because he was like, I'm a farmer, I'm a man. Now we're going to deal with flowers, and I'll never forget, he called me and he said, there are cars lined up to Route 11 trying to get in here. And like at that point, it's like it clicked. And I'm like, we're sitting on something here that, we're going to do again. And we ended up with 1,600 people that day, that first year.
Oh my gosh, way over your 300.
Yes.
How awesome is that? I love those stories. So inspirational to other people too. So, what has, I know you've got more ideas and that have sprung from the sunflower farm, but from your business plan, but what prompted you to say, we want to get help and really jump into something else with the Gauntlet competition and the Advancement Foundation? What made you say, let's join this? Let's do this year?
I had actually thought about doing it last year. And I had a girlfriend that I grew up with was doing it. And I'm like, oh, we could do it together. And it just wasn't right. Something was just not I wasn't ready.
Timing.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't do it. And so I knew when it came around this year that I was definitely going to enter. And I don't have a business background at all. So I knew like the 10-week business classes, would pay off. And I knew that I could probably make connections that I might not otherwise be able to make through the Gauntlet. So those were my two, main reasons for joining.
And I know Shannon would say absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And you can tell, why not get the information, the resources, and the mentorship to take your business to the next level?
Yes, tremendous. So you won, and not expected. And so, you won over $24,000 in cash and prizes. And that's exciting in itself. Now, what does that mean for Beaver Dam Sunflowers, the farm?
So it's going to help us expand in ways that we might not otherwise have been able to. Like I said, through the connections, through the in-kind prizes that we got, and being able to reach out to other community members in different areas to help get the word out. I mean, even though we had, 20,000 visitors in 2019, there's still people 30 minutes down the road that have never heard about us. So just reaching more of our local market too. But I'm excited about putting, to use the cash that we won also and with ideas of expansion.
Yeah, and you already have products on your website. Tell a little bit about what you've got already.
So we have sunflower seed packets that we sell. We have bags of sunflower seeds, 20-pound bags. We don't usually sell those from the website because of shipping, but we do have those available. We have note cards of images that I've taken of the sunflowers and turned into note cards. And we have activity books. I was able to draw and put together an activity book about, it has some pictures for the kids to color of the fields, and it has word searches about sunflowers and farming in general. And then it has like the parts of the sunflower and what they're used for, because every part of the sunflower you can use for something. So they can figure out what those are, and it has the key at the bottom. So more of an educational activity book, and that's available there also.
Those are so nice, and I've seen them already at Electrico Art right over here.
Yes.
So that they're offering those, the sunflower seeds, and also your books, your coloring books too, and the learning books. And so, so tell us more about the events that you have coming up, and of course the big events, and if you are taking any other vendors at this time, because I know you have over 60, maybe was it 70?
Right at 70 vendors, and we are not accepting any more at this time. We're going to see how, we grow each year, and I feel like at some point we're going to max out of our vendor space. So we're going to stick with the 70 that we have and see, make sure we can fit everybody in this year.
And you got 21 acres, is that right, of the farm, but you're not utilizing all of that for sure for this.
Our farm as a whole is 600 acres.
Oh, 600.
Right. But the festival is on 64 acres. So that includes the 21 acres of flowers, the parking,
21 acres of flowers,
the vendors. Right. So 21 acres of flowers, which is about 500,000 sunflowers.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of flowers.
A sea of yellow.
And you guys were, I guess people were paying for flowers last year.
Yes, we sell by the stem.
By the stem,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So they could leave with the sunflower, which was a
Yes.
nice
Yes.
thing to do.
Yes.
And you've got food vendors and wagon rides and animal petting zoo there, live music, and 20,000 normally attend. So that's a lot of people.
That's what we had
on the
in
farm.
2019. Yes. So, and last year being the pandemic, we were a little under that, but still we were lucky that we were able to have it. And we're shooting for the September 10th as our VIP night, which is something new that we're doing this year for our vendors. All of the vendors will be offering discounts, so people can come out and support them and get great deals on shopping. We'll have VIP bags for the first 70 in line, because we have 70 vendors there that night, and those will have gifts in them from the vendors. And then we'll open to the public on the 10th and on the 11th and 12th for our regular weekend festival from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then the following week, we'll have events all throughout the week. We have sunset dinners in the sunflowers. We offer paint nights, goat yoga, regular yoga, field trips, as long as everyone's able to venture out this year. And then we'll close the following weekend, the 18th and 19th, with our regular
That's
festival.
a lot going on, but boy, I want to be a part of all of that. And I know our listeners do too. So much to offer. And I love your innovative ideas on the yoga and the nights for dinner. And oh my goodness, so much. And then you have something coming up, the Community Art Garden Project.
Yes, we are. So that is something new we're doing this year. And one of our vendors made 16-inch wooden sunflowers. And we're having different days where people can come paint those. And we're going to put where everybody's from on the back of them. And then we're going to display them all in one area at the festival. So it's a way to bring like my love for art and the sunflowers together. And then, if a child paints them or a business paints them, like they can find it at the event and take their picture with it. And it'll be something that'll hopefully grow throughout the years.
That sounds like a bunch of fun. We were talking earlier on our live podcast, Morning Vibes, about what kids can do and what are things out there that kids can do so they're not getting bored. And there's so much so much. And that's going to be wonderful. So what are the future plans, and what do people have to look forward to with your farm? What are some innovative plans that you have that you're going to utilize coming up?
So thanks to the Gauntlet, we're going to purchase a small cold press, and we're going to try to start pressing the seeds. So we'll not only have birdseed, but we'll have sunflower oil. So we'll have another product to offer in our product line. And then we've also been working on an app that we want to offer people that visit the festival, so they can interact with vendors, and a map of where everything is and the insects that are attracted to the flowers, and they can learn more about that.
That is so wonderful. Boy, there's so much to look forward to, and you are really doing such a great job. And I know the Gauntlet has helped so much with the mentoring program. What do you think you would say about the Gauntlet program? What helped you the most through that entire program, the 10 weeks?
So definitely having to put together a business plan, because like I said before, I don't have a business background, and I had never, all the ideas were in my head, but I had never sat down and put it on paper. And then when I started, I'm like, is this thing supposed to be 50 pages long? Because I just kept going and going and going. But that was so helpful. And to have all that information there now, I wouldn't have done it otherwise. Like, I'll be honest, I would not have sat down and done that. So
having those leaders to really help, give you the wisdom and to keep you on page, accountability. Hey, let's sit down. Let's work this out. Let's figure out where you want to go from here. Right. And, from 3 to 5 years or whatever your plans are. But what a great mentor program. And obviously you did well, number one.
Yes.
So as a mentor, and I know, you plan to be a mentor in the future with the Gauntlet program when you can, what is something that inspires you? What is an inspirational quote that helps you and can help others to continue their big dream?
So I've never been like a big quote person. Some people cling to certain quotes. And this Easter, one of our vendors sent me a quote, and it just stopped me in my tracks. And it was, "Blessed are those that have not seen yet believed."
And that's a Bible verse too.
It is. It's a Bible verse in the book of John. And it just stopped me in my tracks. And it's just been what I've been thinking of and going back to. So I think I have my quote now.
It's a great one to hold on to. And thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate you, and so well deserved. And we look forward to more what you're going to have there at Beaver Dam Farm Festival and many more events to come.
Great. Thank you. Thanks.
Congratulations. And thank you, Shannon.
Of course, it's great to be here.
Such a great program.